Hi, RuneScapians. It's Mikhail. How's it going? You know, so I've been looking, I belong on the Facebook group to the RuneScape, a few of the RuneScape chats or groups or whatever they want to call them. And I have noticed that there are a lot of kind of basic questions out there that I don't know, maybe perhaps I can help answer. Uh, you know, um, just simple things like I don't know, like things that you could use to help you to be a more efficient player. Perhaps some shortcuts, that kind of thing. And so what I'd like to do is actually share some of those things with you. This is a high level overview though, like I'll do a deep dive on these at a later date. Um, so yeah, like the things I want to talk about today would be the RuneScape Wiki, Forinthry. Is that how you say that? Forinthry? I just realized it's like pronounced like numbers. And let's see. And a few of the other things would be oh God, why am I losing my mind? The storage systems and utility items, right? Things like the ore box, the statue collection bag, some of the other things that help you increase your storage without actually like summoning a familiar. Bank organizations and some of the presets there. The player owned house. I know construction is going to be revamped. I know that there's a change coming, but I think that hopefully they keep some of the storage options that enhance the bank available. And why quests matter more than you think they do. And also achievements. Achievements, they're not just like fun to have and give you a title. Like there's some things that achievements will give you that really help out your gameplay. So, they don't look super, they're not by themselves independently important, but I think that they really will enhance your gameplay. So that's kind of where I'm going with this video today. And I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet, but I promise nothing. Because I do like to talk. It's not that I just like to listen to the sound of my voice, even though I do like to listen to the sound of my voice. It's more about I just want this to be efficient, and I want to help you guys out. So that transition us to the first thing which I wanted to talk about, which is the RuneScape Wiki. So let me change my. Maybe this will work. Oh yeah, look, it worked. I'll shut off RuneScape to make sure it works. But this is the RuneScape Wiki. I did show it in another video, but I wanted to review it because I don't think people understand how absolutely great of a resource this is. It's maintained by players. Anybody who has an account and logs in can contribute to the wiki or correct the wiki. So as things change, it's really great that we have this kind of mind dump where players will come in. I have an account, but I almost never go in and change anything because I just am too lazy and I rely on all of you. So, some of the things I want to call out about the wiki is that it's completely searchable. There's a search the RuneScape wiki. And it does give you drop tables for the different mobs. It does give you quest requirements, and it gives you the long version of the quest and also a shortcut like the fast version of the quest. It gives you skill training comparisons. It gives you GE price checks if you're too lazy to go to the Grand Exchange and check it yourself. It gives you developer patch note research. So really, I typically will have it up on my second monitor along with other things like I'm multitasking, right? I have my email, I have my work. Don't tell anybody that I play games while I work. That kind of thing. So I have two monitors. My RuneScape runs on one, and I have RuneScape Wiki up on the other. And there's also two ways to get to the wiki. Obviously, you can just type in runescapewiki.com, or if you are in RuneScape, you can go to your chat. And okay, so when you have your chat up, look at that wiki, and it allows you to start searching the official RuneScape wiki. So if I type in, I don't even know what it's called, Woodbox, and I search the wiki, it pulls up, and let me flip my capture again. It pulls up the Woodbox, which is one of the things I wanted to talk about. So I'll leave that and come back to it. But it's cool because it'll open up your browser window for you based on what you typed in your wiki search in the game. So that's like fun and exciting, right? So the second thing I wanted to talk about was bank organization and presets. And we can just run right over to the closest bank. I just changed into my St. Patrick's Day outfit today. Look at that. I'm so fun and green with red hair. But anyway, I'm in a bank copper pot, and I don't want to give you my code. Hold on. Let me turn it off for just a second. Shh, don't tell anybody. The video's not broken. It's really not. Okay. Okay, ready? Okay. So bank presets and the tabs, the placeholders, cleaning out your junk, organization for bossing and skilling. Okay, organization for skilling. Who am I kidding? I don't boss yet. I'm going to learn that someday. But I do have my tabs set up by skill, and you can as well if you wish, or however you want to. I mean, if you right click on a tab, let's say I go to my magic tab and I right click on it, you can customize tab 4. You can pick the icon, and you can pick what you'd like it to say. So if you're a bosser, you could, pick your God Wars or pick your whatever, but I tend to go by skill. So, yeah, and I have all of my magic stuff in a tab. We all know the bank is searchable, right? We all know that. So if I look for Toad, it brings up Toad Flex, Potion, Clean, and Dirty. It would also, if I had other things with Toad in it, right, it would be here. But I do like to have my stuff organized so that I can just flip through the tabs, grab what I need. I know my archaeology stuff is all here. That's really helpful for me. So the other thing I want to talk about in the bank is you can search by member and non-member items. You can do a placeholder. So if I want to withdraw all my impious ashes, I can say withdraw placeholder. And then later, if I go kill some imps and I throw them in the bank, they automatically will land on the placeholder. Okay, so that's it. That's a organization thing. If you don't care and you just want to rely on your search, that's fine. But for those of us that are skillers or like we constantly are replacing items in our bank that we use up, it's handy. It's handy to have that stuff. So that's something. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is the more storage button. A lot of you may know this is there. And, I don't know how old I was on that day, how many days old, how many, whatever you want to call it, like how far into RuneScape I was when I realized this was here, because I remember back in the day, anytime I wanted to go retrieve anything from Diego, hold on, I gotta grab this white candle. Anything that's laying around, I pick up. I don't know if I'm obsessive compulsive or if I'm just that frugal or what, but I pick up so much shit. And then a lot of it I sell on the GE because to me, even if I only make 25 gold coins per item, it's 25 gold coins I didn't have before. And, I have quite a bit of gold coin. I'm pretty happy considering that I'm not a bosser and I don't worry about it. It's like I've done pretty well for myself over time. So I tend to pick up everything. But anyway, back in the day, I used to have to teleport however you got there to Drainer Village, and then you'd have to run over to Diego to open up his storage, and it was really inconvenient until I realized that there's a shortcut in the bank. So let's go back to the bank. Click on the three dots, the more storage. You have your choices. You can go to player owned house, which is another thing I'm just going to mention very quickly. I know construction's coming, but player owned houses store a lot of stuff that takes up space in your bank. So let's look at that. The cape rack, super important. So as you progress through construction levels and you build a cape rack in your house, you can store your extra capes in here. And you can tell which ones I have and which ones I don't have. But then if you're looking for one you don't have and you're like, what is it? Oh, look, it's the Igneous Kalzuk cape. And then you can just keep it here. And if you want it, say I want to retrieve my clan cloak, which is something important once a week, I can withdraw it, then I can return to the bank, and there it is. And the only thing I use it for once a week is right click. I right click it and I grab my fealty reward, and which I need to get on, and that's related to the Citadel, which is something else I'll do a video on at some point. I think it's important to belong to a clan, even if they're not active with each other. If they have a Citadel that's got skilling, once a week you go and skill there, and then you earn an XP bonus, and you can also get a fealty reward from your clan cloak in addition to that Citadel XP bonus. And so it's just extra XP. It's not a lot, but we all know every little bit counts when, we hit level 90 and we're only halfway to maxing a skill. It's important. So that's something that's important. And the other thing in the house that you have available is you use this drop down. You have an armor case, so you can store different armors. You have the cape rack. You have fancy dress box. And it stores obviously fancy dress things, typically things that don't have any value to wear. They're mostly like cosmetic. And then the magic wardrobe. Again, this has the magic armor in it. It's not part of the regular armor. Then it's also got treasure chest items, which is fun. So as you do the skill scrolls, the scrolls, you get items along the way and you can store them in your bank. And as you can see, I have some hard items like the blue dragon mask, the magic composite bow. These are things I didn't go out of my way to get. I just came across them as I was doing scrolls. So, that's something. And then you can click return to the bank. And then the other thing that I was talking about was Diego. So the Diego holiday storage. There's tabs across the top, right? So holiday items, which I almost never touch once I earn them. Weapons, which I again almost never touch unless I earn them. Like here's your boogie bow, your pitchfork of vigilantism. A lot of people might have these in their bank and being going like, "Oh my God, like I just can't. I'm running out of bank spaces." Well, you know what? You right click, destroy. It'll say, "Hey, this is reclaimable through Diego," and you go, "Okay, well, this is how you go back and get it." And then if you want something, so I tend to use the skilling outfits a lot. So say I want to go mining, so I want the magic golem head. These were made from different mining outfits and then you combine them. But if I want to retrieve it, I click it once, it says you've reclaimed the magic golem head. And then if I return to the bank, there it is and I can wear it. And I can grab the whole outfit, wear it for a while, and then if I want to destroy it, you just exit out of the bank, right click, destroy, and it'll say magic golem head, are you sure you want to destroy this item? You can reclaim it from Diego in Drainer or via the bank interface. Yes, I want it gone. I ain't got time for this. I got too much other stuff I'm running around and picking up. The clan cloak, there's the fealty reward you can get once a week, and then it gives you XP and a skill. And what do you want to get the XP in? Well, today I'll pick crafting. I don't know. You can pick anything. So 10,000. There I got 10,000 XP from for no reason other than the fact that I belong to a clan and I still need to cap this week. And there you are. But I have a cloak. And a lot of people toss the cloak. The other thing, I didn't keep the sign. I forget what it's called. The clan thing that you can stick in the ground when you're looking for members. I didn't keep that, but I do keep the cloak and I keep it in my bank. And when I want to put it back, I just go to my cape rack. And then right here it's highlighted. I click, I say deposit it, boom. It's now on my cape rack in my player-owned house. And you could go to your player-owned house and go to your cape rack and open it up and get the cape. But why when you can access it from any bank? I don't know. I never go to my house anymore. Never. Never. I don't, there's no use. So that's probably why they're redoing construction. But anyway, okay. So that's the bank organization and presets. Then there's the storage systems and utility items. Things like the ore box, the wood box, the statue collection bag. There are also when you're into magic and you're crafting rune essence, there's these different pouches you can get, and you have to repair them once in a while. But they hold a lot of essence. There's the Wicked Hood. So all of a sudden, you don't need to carry, talismans with you to get into altars, because if you have the Wicked Hood, you can, let me put it on the right tab. I'll pull that and show you what that does very quickly. But these pouches, this one right now the durability is at 64%, so it only holds 7 rune essence right now. But if I had it completely repaired, it would hold more than that. So you can have these, and then if you have your Wicked Hood and you right click, you can say withdraw essence, and it'll pull so much per day, and then you can shove them in your bags. You can also activate the Wicked Hood, and I have all of the talismans that I had unlocked here. So you have the option, I can collect 105 more essence today. I can get runes, so if here, let's do this. I'll just waste my magic note paper because what the heck? I've got nothing better to do with it right this second. Activate the Wicked Hood. Runes, it'll say, okay, which runes do you want me to generate for you? And it'll give you free runes, which I don't really want to do. And then there's teleport, and it's same thing. If I want to teleport directly to the death altar, I can. And I have 250 teleports stored. So anyway, I didn't want to go too deep into that, but that's just an additional, thing that really saves a lot of bank spaces. The thing like the ore box, right? The Elder Rune. I have the Elder Rune, which I think is the highest tier right now that I have available to me. But it holds all of these stone spirits. And I don't know if any of you know what the stone spirits do, but if you're a miner, you probably do. You have these in your inventory, and then for each time you hit the ore, you're getting 2, and it gets rid of a stone spirit, like generates extra ore for you per hit. But I like to keep them all. I click one time, boom, they're all in my box. So that kind of shows you what the Elder Rune box holds. The wood box, which I don't have one in my inventory right now because I make them and sell them on the GE for a pretty good profit. So I don't keep them. But that's where I will show you the wiki on it. Oh boy, where did it go? Well, okay, maybe I won't. Let me flip it to... Oh, I know what I did. I probably screwed up. But anyway, if I have the wood box, let me try again. Oh yeah, there it is. So the wood box is made from regular logs, but then once you have a wood box, you can upgrade it with the next level log and keep going and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. And so here are this is the all the different wood boxes and what level you need to be in wood cutting and fletching. Actually, it's fletching. So this gets you fletching XP, but then it will store things. It'll store the wood spirits and and the logs. So yeah, it says upgrading bottled wood spirits, bird nests with items in them, and crystal geodes in addition to logs. The storage contains at most 30 types of items at a time, and it works the same way as the ore box. That's all I'm saying. And it really is useful, especially if you're out wood cutting and you're not at a location where it's easy to dump the logs in the bank and you don't have the note paper to stack it. Well, throw it in your wood box. That takes up one space in your inventory, and then you can dump all kinds of stuff in it. So, there's that, right? And then the next thing I wanted to talk about, I already talked about the house, Fort Forinthry. That's where I am right now. And there's some pretty good benefits to being here. Obviously, you have your construction hotspot, your archaeologist hotspot, your smithing hotspot. You have a fletching and crafting hotspot. It has once you get it, I mean, I don't even have it all the way upgraded because I can't complete the quest to battle the bosses in the crypt because I'm a wimp. But yeah, I'm a wimp. I'm like level 100 plus and everything, but whatever. So I use these hotspots as they exist right now, but I do want to upgrade so I get the herbivore herb I can't even say it hotspot. But the one that I find extremely useful is like this is kind of a one-stop shop. So then in addition to this stuff, you have multiple banks. You have a cooking and water source. You have the church altar where you can use the ashes to get extra prayer XP. You have the archaeology and the port maintenance. Port, I forget what it's called. I'll show you. So I like the archaeology. This is one of the quickest ways I got to level 100, but they also have the miscellanea. You can manage miscellanea from here. That was my last video. I don't think you can collect miscellanea from here, but you can change you can add money and you can change what the people are resources gathering for you, and then manage the ports table. So if you have the port game, mini game going, you can manage that from here as well. But I use the research notes a lot for archaeology. So, if I want my research team to research something, I can just say, yeah, I want you to go to Everlight. I want you to go for, I only have 1,300 chronotes right now, but so maybe I only want you to go for an hour, which costs 662 chronotes, 762. And it shows you're going to get 10,000 XP in archaeology. You're going to get some materials. You might get a damaged artifact to repair. So then you can just be like, okay, go research that. And then when it's done, you can collect it from here. So you don't have to go to the main archaeology site and go to the professors in that other building. You don't have to like run around and do that. This is like a one-stop shop. So this is based on quest as well, but it is really useful. If you don't have it unlocked yet, you probably should get it unlocked, even if it's just the basic level at first. It requires you to do some construction, but then there's the wood cutting hotspots out here too, which have really handy dump crates as well. See, I pick up everything. What was it? I don't even know. Oh, orange tree seed. That's nice. And if we examine it, oh, look at that, 83 coins. I won't sell it on the GE because I tend to stockpile seeds, but the idea is somebody dropped it, so I picked it up. It's like that old saying, find a penny, pick it up all that day, you'll have good luck. Well, whatever you find in RuneScape, pick it up because you'll maybe have good luck. I don't know. Yeah, so why quests matter more than what we think. I have actually a lot of quests done. I have my challenges done already today. I have many quests done. I am kind of a questing geek, and especially I was like back when I had no interest in anything else. So I have 374 quest points out of 465. So I have a long way to go because I've added a lot of quests in the couple of years where I took a break. The other thing to note is the calendar, because there are things like the penguin hide and seek. There's a group of players that at this time, if you meet at the Ardon Zoo on World 60, they will take you around to get all the penguin hide and seeks for the points, and there's rewards with that. And then you get to meet more people in game and friends to do things with. So, there's these different things that players set up. The mega duck hunt, I need to do that because that's why I'm stockpiling breadcrumbs. I have so many breadcrumbs. But I do want to do that and I need to. But 1800 UTC, like right now, it's 2030. So I just have to remember it's like noon my time. I need to get there and let the hosts, Mega Duck, Icy Love, and Mr. Quick, take me around and help me get the Mega Duck. I really want to do that. But all these resources are here. They're in the game if you know where to look for them. So that's why quests, they unlock things, they give you rewards, they unlock travel shortcuts, and items that are useful. And of course, there's boss access, which someday, right? But quests accelerate everything else. So I guess that's the overview that I had going today. I don't know. I don't want to overwhelm you, but at the same time, I just want to give you like a preview of of the things that are available to the average player if they're willing to put in a little bit of time. And it's really helped my gameplay over the years, especially unlocking the shortcuts to travel until I was higher level. And it really kind of gives you a goal. The achievements also are important, and those are found in the hero bars. The achievements, a lot of times when you check all of them off, you may get something, an unlock of some kind. And plus, it's just, it's like a Spinal Tap movie. This is Spinal Tap when they're interviewing Nigel, and he's like, Rob Reiner's like, well, why does your amp go to 11? Like, what isn't 10 good? I mean, everybody's amps go to 10. And so what's the difference? Because, I mean, you're looking at it going, well, if you turn it all the way up, it's all the way up, right? And his response was, well, once you're at 10, where do you go? You go to 11. To him, it was a progression that made perfect sense. For these, it's kind of like going to 11, right? There's different things you can check off, and they will give you, it's an accolade. It might be a title, it might be something else. But taking a look at what they do. Well, if you want to know what they do, go back to the wiki and look it up, and be like, well, what do the agility achievements get me? Are they worth anything? Is it worth anything for me to do? So I think personally that they are worth it. And periodically, when I'm bored and I don't know what I'm doing in game and I'm kind of wandering around lost, I'll come through here and go, okay, well, there's cooking things that I could accomplish. What are they? And you can see what I've done so far. I've reached different levels, and then here, make one of each kind of cheesecake, and they check them off as you do them. They kind of, they're not bright white anymore. Cook a shrimp, make these cocktails, these gnome cocktails. And once you get them all checked off, like, what do you get? I don't know. But it's worth looking into because, what else are you going to do with your time? So there's a lot of things, and the area that you're in, it'll show you. You can pick an area. There's a quiver you can get for the elf area. But anyway, I don't want to go too deep. I keep saying that, but then I keep talking. Told you. Ha ha ha. Sucked you in. So yeah, I'll be diving deeper into each of these in upcoming videos. But just kind of keep in mind these systems, they maybe don't look super like flashy or super important, but they do compound on each other and really help gameplay overall. So I guess really that's all I had to say today. So I guess I'll just say goodbye. Have a great day. Mikhail out.